Hello YouTube and people of the interwebs, welcome back to another Doctor Who news video. Now, we've got quite exciting stuff to be discussing today because it has just been officially announced. Not that we didn't already know, because I mean it's kind of been leaked since the beginning of filming for season 2, but the 15th Doctor has a new companion. And it's interesting to note here that it's not just a new companion. Millie Gibson is staying on in the role of Ruby Sunday, despite what horrific titles may have come out of the British press over the past couple of months. But yeah, Millie Gibson is still here going strong, possibly in a slightly reduced role this season, as Varada Sethu joins the 15th Doctor and Ruby Sunday in the second season of Doctor Who, airing in 2025. Then we've got these two pictures of our new Tardis trio. Now, I for one am really excited by this because, in my opinion, Doctor Who TARDIS teams are always at the best when there's three of them. Like, Capaldi, Bill and Nardole are my favourite TARDIS trio. I just think the dynamic works so well when you've got three companions, and you don't necessarily need them all the time, so I'm fully on board for the idea of Ruby cropping up for a couple of episodes during season 2 alongside Ncuti Gatwa's new companion. Now, we don't actually have a name for this new companion yet, I don't think. There's an article we're going to go through here and break that down, but maybe you can theorise what her name is or who she is. I've seen a couple of people say maybe she's a regeneration of Ruby Sunday, but I think this is quite unlikely if they're appearing in the same thing. Like, there was a whole theory about Ruby's parents are actually Time Lords and Ruby regenerates at the end of season 1 into Varada, but I don't think that's going to happen. Varada Sethu will join the 15th Doctor and Ruby Sunday in the second season of Doctor Who, which will air in 2025. Like many other Doctors who have come before him, one is not enough for the 15th Doctor, and in season 2 he will have two companions by his side as Varada Sethu steps aboard the TARDIS, blah 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 blah. They're kind of repeating themselves there. But the article goes on, this is on Doctor Who TV by the way, if you want to go and check it out for yourself. Varada joins the Whoniverse from a galaxy far far away, as after starring in the Disney Plus Star Wars series Andor, which I am still yet to watch. I hear it's very very good, I hear glowing reviews everywhere, I just simply haven't had time. I mean, I do want to catch up on that because I do love Star Wars, but yeah. Anyway, she's been in Andor, which apparently, I've spoken to people who've watched it and they say she's good in it. Now she straps in for another journey through time and space, alongside Ncuti Gatwa as the 15th Doctor and Millie Gibson as Ruby Sunday. Now, we actually have a quote from Sethu herself, who says, "I feel like the luckiest person in the world. It is such an honour to be part of the Whoniverse, and I'm so grateful to the whole Doctor Who family, because that is what they are. They're the family. The Who family." That sounds like a sitcom. Maybe that's the true spin-off we need right now. The Who family sitcom. Anyway, for welcoming me with open arms and making me feel so at home. I couldn't ask for a better team than Ncuti and Millie to be on this adventure with. This is so much fun. What's interesting here is that they are talking definitively as if these three are together throughout the entire season, although, maybe they could be, but there have been, long-standing rumours, and the filming photos as well seem to just be Ncuti and Varada on their own, but who knows, maybe it is going to be all three of them for the entire season. Either way, I'm up for it. I prefer a trio in the TARDIS, but this wouldn't be a Doctor Who news video without a quote from the man, the myth, the legend, Russell T Davies, who comes in and says, "I first worked with Varada on a BBC production of A Midsummer Night's Dream, and it's a joy to welcome her on board the TARDIS. Right now, in the studio, we're shooting for 2025. We've got Ncuti, Millie, and Varada fighting side by side. We need all three because the stakes are higher than ever." Yeah, there's not too much to analyse from that quote. It's just exciting. It's the usual Russell hyping up the seasons, which is obviously a good idea. Season 1 is on the horizon, so I think it's an interesting time to announce this news because we're getting, basically information about season 2's finale before season 1's even aired. I mean, we've had one proper episode of Ncuti Gatwa's tenure. I suppose he was in the giggle for a bit, so you could kind of count it as 2. But yeah, they're jumping into this very, very quickly, which it's exciting stuff. Sooth is best known for her standout role as Kenida Kaz in the Disney Plus original series Andor. Her additional credits include Jurassic World Dominion. I almost said Domino's there, as a pizza advert, Jurassic World pizza advert. We have also got some other news to go into today, because the name of Jinkx Monsoon's Doctor Who character has been revealed. I mean, we could always guess that I don't think we had to guess, actually. I think it was officially announced that she's a villain, but she is the villain of the Beatles episode. There's also more news about the Beatles episode, which has stirred quite the controversy, which we'll talk about at the end of this video, but we have an official name for Jinkx Monsoon, and there's some theories alongside it. No, she's not the Master. Anyway, in June 2024 issue of Empire magazine, which is coming out very, very soon, they released a really cool cover for it earlier today, so yeah, I'd recommend going and buying it. It's usually full of good Doctor Who-y stuff, but they revealed that Jinkx Monsoon's character is going to be called the Maestro, or just Maestro. I mean, it says she's going to be playing the character of Maestro in Doctor Who, and I think that we can say she somewhat enjoyed that part. That's from Russell T Davies. He says she has a performance and a half, and she absolutely blew us away, etc, etc. All exciting stuff without giving too much away. Now, obviously, people are jumping, oh, it's the Master. It's not, I am putting money on it now. That is not the Master. Jinkx Monsoon is not going to be playing the Master. I could be proven wrong, but 1, I don't get Master vibes. 2, I think she's part of the Toymakers Legion that he alludes to, and that supposedly, according to the novelisation of The Church on Ruby Road, the Goblins are also from. I think she's going to be someone new, but Maestro and Master, like, apparently Master is Maestro, like, it translates to the same thing, or not translates, but they mean the same thing, apparently, like the music master. Who knows? It's not the Master. That's all I'm saying now. I'm just putting money on it not being the Master. In terms of the Beatles episode, we do have some news, and it's not gone down that well on Twitter, but then, I suppose it's called X now. Nothing goes down well on X anymore, does it? Because everyone in this fandom likes complaining. I personally get why this has happened, but Doctor Who's Beatles episode will not have any Beatles music in it. And Russell says in this interview with Empire magazine that that's actually where the idea stemmed from, because he was thinking, well, there's no way we can license Beatles music. I should preface, yep, that's the reason there's no Beatles music. It's incredibly expensive. I think it's amongst the most expensive music to use in, like, media and TV and film. To actually license it costs so much money that it wouldn't really be worth it. But yeah, I think Russell talks about how this is kind of going to be the plot. I reckon, personal theory here, Jinkx Monsoon is one of the Toymakers Legions. She comes into the world, steals the Beatles, or steals the Beatles' music, something along those lines, maybe turns the Beatles into their instruments, as we've kind of seen alluded to in the trailer. Something like that happens, and Shooty and Millie have to save the day by doing something, maybe creating a new version of the Beatles song, which we can see from the trailer when they're all dancing around. Something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, we basically had it confirmed that there are no Beatles songs in there. I don't know whether that extends to covers of the songs. Anyone in the comments, let me know if you know more about licensing than I do. Maybe they can cover a Beatles song or allude to a Beatles song. I'm sure there'll be a joke where they're about to sing and then the Doctor leaves, or something like that. You'll get something in there, I reckon. That's the Doctor Who news today. If you did enjoy, please do remember to like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. This channel's got all sorts of Doctor Who-y goodness for you to enjoy. Fan films, other films. I'm releasing a short film that's not Doctor Who very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed. I'll stop waffling now. This video's gone on long enough. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.